What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kickback Committee Happy Hour. I'm Susannah Fuller, alongside David Goss, but man, literally and physically alongside this guy. This is my husband, head coach of One Knox, Ian Fuller. They just won the Players' Shield. We're very proud. He's been making the media rounds, and we also have the owner of arguably, I think, well, certainly the best soccer bar in Minnesota. Goss and I had a conversation, perhaps the best soccer bar in the country.
Boom.
Maybe. Black Hart in St. Paul. We've got Wes Burdine here. Wes, great to see you. This is going to be a fun hang, y'all. I'm really excited.
Let's do it. Happy hour. I should have done the happy hour at the bar, but it would be
I kind of thought that's what was going to happen. I thought it would be the most official happy hour.
There's like a private lounge, but the teachers union is using it for like a happy hour, and I figured teachers union gets more priority over you guys. Apologies, but so I'm just doing it with a LaCroix at home. So sorry.
It's getting real wild, respectable and classy. So the reason why we're having this conversation with Wes and Ian here is because we're going to celebrate you and your mustache, obviously. No. But our 50 States of Soccer tour this week is taking us to the great state of Minnesota. And Wes and Ian are two gentlemen who are incredibly well-versed in all things soccer in the state of Minnesota. Like we mentioned, Wes owns that incredible bar, Black Hart, and is just like entrenched in the soccer community in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. Ian was the assistant coach at Minnesota United under Adrian Heath for how many seasons?
7 under Adrian and 1 prior to that in the NASL.
So, between these two, there's a whole lot of Minnesota soccer knowledge. So we're going to dive into that in just a bit. But before we get into that, we need to address the elephant in the room. Which is obviously
a walrus, maybe is more appropriate to call the animal.
So, Coach Fuller, as you can see if you are watching this, is rocking a pretty epic mustache. And should I let you tell the story of?
No, I feel like this is your story to tell.
I don't know.
No, I mean, there's only one reason I'm doing it.
Okay, so it's a playoff mustache because, like we mentioned at the top of the show, One Knoxville won the Players' Shield for USL 1, and we are tremendously excited. The playoffs kick off this weekend, and I had requested very early on in the season, if they were to make the playoffs, would he grow a playoff mustache? And the reason is because last year when I was working at Galazzo Network, I must have been having like a rough week. I don't know. I think I was just tired and exhausted. And Ian came to pick me up at work, and he had shaved a mustache, like as a joke, like just trying to like make me laugh, lighten the mood. But I was like,
this is why he's America's favorite coach right here. He's literally Ted Lasso.
She needed it, Dave. She needed it. She was struggles.
It was a rough week. It was probably like a Champions League week or something, and I was just burning the candle at both ends. But all of a sudden, I was like looking, I'm like, I kind of love it. I kind of dig this. I'm into it. And he was like, no, there's no way. And I was like, no, I really, really love it. So he kept it for like a couple weeks, and then you were like, yeah, I can't. Yeah. I think you started interviewing for jobs, actually, and you were like, I can't. This is not gonna.
No, it's not gonna
work.
Trust me with your organization. I'm a trustful-looking person as you show up in your thief mustache.
Not gonna work. Yeah. So, but he promised to bring it back if they made the playoffs, and here we are. So now, my question for you, Coach, is the rest of the team going to follow suit?
I have suggested it. I don't think they thought I was for real until we go into training for tomorrow. So it'll be a first for them. So we'll see if anyone follows suit, but we're hopeful.
Because there's some guys on your team.
We've got a few guys that have kind of started heading that direction.
They definitely could grow. A stash.
We'll see.
Wes, what do you think of the mustache?
Well, it's great. I mean, I'm so glad that you shared it with all of us, with the rest of the world, because you just have this vibe like, I'm gonna go down to the bayou and you're gonna drive those like boats that go through the swamp or something like that. We're gonna catch some gators. It's gorgeous, man. I'm so jealous.
Well, thank you. I mean, it kind of fits the mullet as well down in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's the part that's really coming together. I would say it has a bit more of a maybe you're trying out for a movie in Mexico type look, but maybe the Great Smoky Mountains T-shirt goes with that as well. So I will say the headphones kind of look like you have a hat on behind you. It's like a string holding.
Okay.
So
let's look.
there's a lot of characters you could play, and it's almost Halloween.
Well, that brings me to my next point. So tomorrow, coach is going to show up tomorrow at training with the mustache, but he also encouraged his players to dress up for Halloween.
Of course.
And so you're gonna do the cowboy thing?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Just slap a hat on and the bolero tie, and we're good to go.
But do you remember, Goss, like in MLS, like I think FC Dallas always like did a Halloween thing.
Does good costumes.
Yes, yeah. Are you here for it? Because
I'm here for it fully. I also think, depending on how knowledgeable people are in the soccer world, there's like deep cut weird things you can do. So I'm like in favor of it. Also, you could do like the ghost of your rivals or whatever it is. So maybe not work as well in the week of the playoffs, but there's a lot of different options in there. What I always say, and this is perfect for a sports team, so tell everyone this if they don't get it this year. One of the best Halloween costumes I ever did was I just dressed up as my friend, and he dressed up as me. And our friends got it, and we didn't have to buy anything, and we didn't have to do anything. So just tell everyone on the team to dress up as each other, and it's like they could play the character, and you don't have to purchase anything.
That's so good.
That's brilliant.
Are they practicing in the costumes? Is that
No, it's just showing up.
Right.
And I remember Sporting used to do it all the time with Johnny Russell and Shallowy. That's when they used to make the playoffs.
Oh, sick bird.
But it's Minnesota. It's Minnesota night. Like,
It's the nicest rivalry in sports.
Yeah.
Do we think Coach Ramsey at Minnesota United would endorse dressing up for Halloween? I feel like he's a pretty straight and narrow guy. Also, he's British, and Halloween is not much of a thing over there.
I don't think he'd get it. I mean, yeah, I think he's just too nice. He's way too nice, and he's no, it's all right. I mean, he's got many other great qualities, including massive biceps. So we just let him go with that. Yeah. Oh, he'll cheer on the sidelines, and he's got the gun show. Yeah.
Whoa, I've never noticed that.
That's why you have me on the show.
I do. Do you know what? I do respect. He's always wearing really nice jackets. Like he's got an incredible jacket collection. Very polished.
Yep.
These are the things I pay attention to.
That's kind of British though, isn't it? Like they're very well put together for the most part.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's Welsh. I don't know which one Welsh people are offended by being called. I'm just putting it out there now so we get there.
That's right.
Ian,
Did I say English or British?
I think I said
British.
I don't know which one.
You're good.
But isn't British, isn't that a catch-all?
Not for Ireland. It's Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Wales.
I can't remember.
Look at us being it. I don't know any of them, and I refuse to learn them. So Wes is our guiding light on this one. Ian, we're talking coaching styles. Do you enjoy hearing people talk about your style on the sideline?
I'm fine with it because I have nothing to do with it. She puts my fit together and clearly the facial hair. So if anything, she's going to be offended if someone has a problem.
Oh, interesting. So, Sooz, you're the one opening the door to potential criticisms.
Yeah. It's on me. I take full responsibility. I mean, but I'm very mindful of Ian's style. Like I'm not picking out things that he wouldn't wear ordinarily or pick out for himself. But yeah, I kind of have the final say before we walk out the door for games.
For sure.
I take a lot of pride in it.
I know. You're doing a great job.
I feel like it's part of my job. I've been watching the Victoria Beckham docuseries on Netflix, and she, there's a whole significant part of it where she's talking about being a wag, and that's kind of comes with the territory. But then she also used the phrase "habs," which we were saying on Kickback Committee that was a John Parker invention, husbands and boyfriends. But she said it. And so I was like, I don't know.
She might be listening.
It just came out, so it's entirely possible.
Yeah, I think so.
We do have a comment in the YouTube chat from a Posh Spice who says, "Nice mustache, you." Wouldn't that be amazing? Right now, if it all happened for us at the same time.
Wow, that's incredible. Look who gave you love for your
Well,
Tom Bogert.
I mean, he's got the strongest
Tom Bogert
stash
said,
game in the
Ian,
world.
yes. Now, if that isn't a ringing endorsement, I don't know what is.
Well, honestly, if I could be half as good as his stash, I'll be.
He's the best. He is the best.
Can I ask this? This is my favorite question for people when they win things and things happen. Who's the weirdest or most exciting or random person that's reached out to you in the last week to say congrats?
Oh wow,
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's always one of those moments people come back into your life, kind of, and you're like so excited to hear from them.
Yeah, there was an old like teammate from when I was like under 18s back in Portland, and I was like, haven't talked to you in 20 years, 30 years. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Your
But,
phone was blowing up, though.
I mean, I feel like it's all the same people, so I'm fine with that. We just like to keep it constant.
Hashtag
lose, or
team no
draw.
friends.
Win, lose, or draw, it's like 8 people. That's good.
Okay.
No, it was much more than that. I feel like you were getting a lot of love.
Yeah, well, most of the
Deservedly so. It was
Have you
fun.
guys eaten off the shield yet?
I don't even know. Everyone was taking pictures with it. I didn't even get to touch it.
I've never touched it, so
You
I'll let
gotta
the players.
you gotta pour beer onto it and then funnel it into your. It's not a trophy until you've consumed beer off of it.
I feel like isn't there maybe hockey like they don't touch like the Western Conference trophy until they go to the Stanley Cup. Like I'll touch everything after we win it all. Do you know? I mean, clearly we won the regular season,
Yeah.
but let's win the playoffs and then we can
And
celebrate.
then you can touch whatever you want.
Yeah, you could.
With that,
That
oh man,
guy with that mustache is gonna be touching it.
we just went there. We sure did.
You could put milk in it and have Dolly Parton be the one to celebrate.
Oh, that's sweet.
Sweet, yeah.
That'd be
she-
sweet.
she-
Dolly Parton is our cat, by the way, for not the real Dolly Parton.
No,
everyone.
not the
That
real
would be
Dolly
amazing.
Parton.
That
Got
would
my hopes
actually
up.
be amazing. I'm still trying to figure out how we get Dolly Parton to come to.
Yeah, 'cause she's got to be a one Knox fan. Who else is she a fan of?
Exactly. I mean, she lives in Nashville, so like I guess she could be a Nashville SC fan.
That
but
sounds fake.
This is her home. Her roots are here. Like we've got to figure it out.
Let's try.
Ugh.
This is our off season.
I
All
know.
off season.
I know. I'm gonna.
No,
make
it's
it
got to
my-
be the championship game.
My life's. Can you imagine? What if Dolly Parton sang the national anthem?
I mean, our little stadium is not quite big enough to hold the amount of people that want to listen to Dolly Parton.
I would die.
Oh God.
I would die.
Yeah, you would.
I would. I'd probably just
Yeah.
faint. Miss the whole game. It'd be amazing though. Yeah, incredible. We're very proud of Coach. But let's chat a little Minnesota.
Let's
Should
do
we?
it.
Because we've got Wes here. Okay, Wes, are you born and raised Minnesota?
Adopted.
No.
Yeah,
Adopted.
I'm adopted. I've been here basically since 2000, but I was born in Texas and grew up in Pennsylvania, and then found my way to the upper north. And yeah, but I do want to say Ian is perfect for this because he's the longest running coach that I think in the last 20 years. That eight year period is the longest I think that we've had one. Maybe Buzz at the beginning, but I don't think he was there 8 years. So
Yeah, even if I can't compare myself to Buzz. Let's go.
no.
Ledge.
No, but you're up in
Wait,
the. I'm
who's
just
Buzz?
saying you're in that
Manny's
echelon.
Oh, Manny's dad.
Yeah, Buzz Lagos is the. If we're gonna talk Minnesota, Buzz Lagos is the
Yeah.
the godfather. He brought Minnesota Thunder into being
Okay.
back in the day. So he's the king of everything.
Okay. So would he qualify as, if we're looking at our scouting report for the state of Minnesota, would a guy like Buzz qualify as like the urban? He's not an urban legend though. He's like sounds like he's too important to be.
it could
an
be
urban
lore.
legend.
I mean, he's like the godfather of soccer. Right?
Yeah, he's on Mount Rushmore of
Yeah.
Minnesota soccer.
And he was like, I mean, he's this guy who was like, he was a school teacher, and he would like coach these like underserved kids, and then put together this team, and then they found some I mean, it's like, it's some like 1990s made for TV movie stuff. It's great. He's an awesome dude.
Aw.
Yeah, really good dude.
Love that. Love that. Well, I think, we talked about it at the start of the show, Wes, but obviously Black Hart Bar in St. Paul it's awesome. I've been there. I feel like every trip that I made to Minneapolis, St. Paul, especially like that first season when they opened up Allianz, I feel like I was there like every month covering matches, but we always kind of made our way to Black Hart, and it is a spectacularly inclusive and awesome vibe. Extra Time did live shows there, as I recall. I think I was a part of one for MLS All-Star. But can you kind of tell us the genesis of how you started this beautiful thing and how it's grown?
Yeah, well, thank you for visiting it and saying kind things about it. It's a 7-year-old bar now, but it's the oldest gay bar in St. Paul. So it goes back to, it was a restaurant back in the 40s and 50s, but then back in the late 60s became a gay bar. And when I purchased it, I was like looking to start a soccer bar because I knew the stadium was going to happen. And it was like the last place I looked because I didn't want to buy a gay bar and turn it into a sports bar. That's like the last thing I ever wanted to do. But then I met the owner, and she was like, no, this is here's what we're gonna do. And through that, once I started to take it, the idea of having a queer soccer bar where the game lets out and there's a drag show going, and you come over and there's just a completely different vibe than sports bar, which wasn't exactly what I wanted to do anyway. I didn't want a bro-y sports bar. And so, yeah, it's been 7 years now, and it continues to grow. We've got our big Megan Rapinoe mural and a patio out there
so
now.
Good. I think that made it to my grid on the gram. I've got
Well, we had
Sakovits in front of it, probably doing a ridiculous pose.
And we did get Megan to visit it too. So
no way.
Yeah, when we did it, it was a little awkward because I knew the U.S. women were coming, so we had it really quickly. It was quicker than I thought, but it was Carly Lloyd's goodbye tour. So it was a little awkward because it was like Carly Lloyd's last game, but I did a mural for Megan. So they kind of like, and also it was during COVID, so Megan couldn't come in, and like I wasn't allowed to tell anyone. I like, my kids didn't come, my wife didn't come, and then only the people who were just hanging out in the bar like came out and watched. And Megan was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry, I can't come inside, or else we'd have a tequila shot." And it's like, we'll have to take a rain check, and you still owe me a tequila shot, Megan. So every once in a while, I like DM her that and just be like, "Hey,
next time."
That's so rad.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to
Yeah,
that part?
for sure.
Yeah.
And once or twice, yeah.
Yeah, it's
The proximity to the stadium is great. Like, it's just, that whole area is taken.
we met in Minnesota at Allianz on the field, decision day 2022.
Oh yeah.
Minnesota United beat Vancouver. I was there. This one came up and gave me a hug, and that was it was it. But we went to, where did we go after?
We went down the street a little bit more.
We should have gone to Black Hart.
Yeah, we should have. I mean,
what were we thinking? Oh, it was Cal's goodbye party.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. I was like, there's a reason that we didn't go to Black Hart, but that could have been the start of our love story. I feel like we should change the
We missed out.
story.
Yeah. You can always write new stories.
It's our story to tell.
You can just re-meet and then hang out there. Before we move into some of our scouting report stuff, Wes, after starting the best gay soccer bar and everything else, you then helped start a soccer team. Tell us a little about Minnesota Aurora. Yeah, you got the hat on.
I tried to. I was trying to figure out if it would be an Aurora jersey and the Loons hat or what, but Minnesota Aurora. We are going into our 5th season this year. Have never lost a regular season game, which I am 98% sure is the longest running undefeated streak in American soccer history. And so it's been fantastic. We get like 5,000 people out to games for the way you're wearing that scarf is just amazing, David.
I needed more
and yeah.
from it, you know?
Yeah, nope, it's perfect. That's how we wear it in Minnesota. It's very, very haute couture. And yeah, we have still not won the big final trophy, but it's been fantastic. We are community owned. We have 5,382, I think is the number, 383 community owners. One of them, yep, obviously.
The one with all the money. I'm the big money.
One of our key pocketbook owners is David Gass. Yeah, so it's been a blast. It really is an amazing, totally different vibe as well from Loons or anything else, and it's just amazing to have launched something that you think can be successful. You think there's a market for it, and then like it's not just that there was a market for it. Like people just go crazy for it. It's a really big part of their lives now, and that's such a satisfying thing.
So take us back, Wes. You've been in the city for 25 years, and you coached for 8 years, including pre-MLS. Did you think there would be an appetite for not just one high-level soccer experience, but like 5,000 people going to a semi-pro team, and then 22,000 people selling out Allianz week in and week out? Like, did you envision this is what Minnesota soccer can be?
Man, the first games I started going to were 2010, and it was me and 800 people. So just the level of success that Allianz is a blast. You know, I've never, other than maybe like a midweek Open Cup game, I've never seen it less than 85%, 90% full, just about any time. And so that level of success alone, getting there, is something. The idea that we can go, that Aurora and Loons can play a game at the same time and still both sell out is pretty hilarious. It's pretty wild. So I don't think I ever saw that coming. Maybe in the back of my brain, I believed it, but refused to acknowledge it.
Ian?
I'm going to say no until I saw it. And the reason I say no, we played there many times back in the day, early 2000s. And there were 5 people in the stands. And I'm not joking. There were family, friends, and a few Bulgarians, and that was it. And then when I came up and coached, and I saw they were out at NSC, National Sports Center, and Wes, how many? 8,000?
How many does it fit? Oh,
NSC?
Yeah, I think they got 9,000 or something when Swansea came to play, and that was like just such an amazing, like we had never seen that before. I think, but they might have jiggered that weirdly to get more people in. But yeah, it was probably 8,000 or 9,000.
Yeah, I mean, I was just blown away that it had gone from something that I saw many years ago to now they were getting, thousands, and they had 2 different supporters groups, and it was just wild. And then, to see Allianz sprout up, like, the snow game, our first ever home game, it was...
I was there.
Yeah, it would honestly, like, it's just been organic, and it was fun, and I still think it's the best stadium in the country. It's just something else. I didn't see it coming, but then it was built. It was quite amazing.
Yeah, Gus, for you, we've been lucky enough to get to see so many of these new soccer specific stadiums in MLS. Like, I think I agree with
I think so
with
too.
Ian.
I think there's a couple debatable ones, but that's like a positive debate.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whether it's Cincinnati or LAFC. But yeah, I would put Minnesota in there. It feels fun. It's intimate. It's loud. I mean, the scarfs waving for corner kicks. I think, Wes, I remember running into you after the first Wonderwall I experienced, because I had been there for weird stuff always, like all-star games and playoffs or whatever. And I think it was an Open Cup semifinal. And they won, and they did the Wonderwall, and you're like, oh, this is the thing. This is what everyone's doing. This is awesome. And yeah, it's like, hands out. And it's like in a city. You don't have to drive 45 minutes to get to. You don't have to be in a plague-infested parking lot or field. That was a knock at the Colorado Rapids. Why? Because anyone can get one on happy hour, So all of that stuff is really special. And yeah, I don't think we've ever been there for a time where you're like, oh, I'm not sure that people are invested in this. Like every time we go, it feels like a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the Wonderwall, like it was organic. That happened with Carl Craig, and I mean Wes probably knows the story exactly well. But they'd won a playoff game in North Carolina, I think, right, Wes?
Yeah, in Carolina. It was they were a terrible team. They snuck into the playoffs by beating Montreal Impact the year that they kicked Montreal out of the playoffs. Montreal went to MLS the next year, so we relegated them to the MLS. And then we won a game in North Carolina at the Carolina Railhawks. And yeah, Carl Craig was this assistant coach at the time. He eventually became the head coach for a couple of years, and he's just this legendary, crazy, beautiful man from Newcastle who came up with he would try to like psychologically stimulate his players to get them to think about winning. He would use like different colognes to like he would give them positive feedback and then spray it behind them to like try to trigger
To create the
insane. Whoa! It's so great. And then he would do things.
Taking notes.
Oh, well, I mean, Ian knows Carl and knows that you can take good notes and bad notes from that man. But he then he built this culture around Wonderwall being the song that you would sing in the locker room. It became a thing that they were doing. There was a documentary being made about them at the time, and then the fans saw that. The Dark Clouds were the supporters group, and started singing it. And then there was a particular game during that playoff run where the players came over and sang Wonderwall to the fans, and it was just back and forth, and it was just electric. And then we won. That was the 2011 championship that we won, and it was gorgeous. We beat Fort Lauderdale down at crappy old Lockhart, where Messi still plays.
He plays in the boneyard, the graveyard of Lockhart Stadium. He wishes. Sue, should we go through our scouting report a little before we lose everyone?
Let's do hallowed ground, because I think since we're talking about Allianz, and then so like I don't think so. We all know Gabby Lozada, correct?
Legend.
She was former director.
Sorry
of
for
comms.
offending the Colorado Rapids, Gabby.
I know, but she is Minnesota through and through, and she reached out to me and texted me because she was like, I need to weigh in on all the Minnesota things because she does actually know. So she made the argument that Allianz can't be the hallowed ground yet. Like it's still too new. So the way that we have kind of framed this in previous states is that like it's kind of that iconic place where maybe like there were like high school championships played there, and like I don't know, there was
so we've had different ones, or maybe we had Bethlehem, Pennsylvania Pennsylvania because it's the oldest whatever. We've had other ones, and then I think Blaine was the one that came up because
NSC in Blaine. Was what she said.
I think the America's Cup is the largest youth soccer tournament in the country. Is that correct?
USA Cup,
Yes.
USA Cup. It's the largest youth tournament in the Western Hemisphere, as far as or at least it was 8 years ago when I heard that fact. So
on a happy hour.
And my kid played in it for the first time this year. It was great. Jimmy Conrad came and cheered and gave a pep talk to the players and signed their jerseys. National Sports Center is up in the suburbs. It's not super far from the downtown areas, but that's where the training center still is for Minnesota United. But it's known to fans as Nessie, because if you just say NSC fast enough, and for a little while, when the team was owned by the NASL, when the Minnesota Thunder folded and a new team immediately came up, it was called the NSC Minnesota Stars. Eventually became Minnesota Stars, so they were called Nessie, and so there are songs sung about Nessie. There was a Scottish guy named David, who up at Nessie would dress in this. It was a dinosaur costume, but we just called it a lake monster. We got it from Etsy for like $300, and he just had a megaphone, and he would just yell at the opposition goalkeeper. And we all know Scottish people are naturally 10 times funnier than anyone else.
Facts.
And he would just say the most wry insane things. None of it mean. All of it completely hilarious and like PG rated. And it would just blow the keepers would just freak out. Some of them would get really mad. There's a guy named Lance from Edmonton who was an underwear model, and so David would just talk for 90 minutes in this guy's ear about underwear and model and Calvin Klein and what's about. It's just amazing stuff. So there were things like that. When you have a stadium of 2,000 people and you yell something to someone, like they're just going to hear you, and there's nothing they can do about it. And Ian, you experienced it probably a little bit as a player, but like also as a coach there. But Nessie is just an amazing place. There's still a stadium there, but not quite the same configuration.
Can I just throw out there that Lance Parker, goalkeeper for FC Edmonton, he's doing okay in life. So I don't think he's that
Is
stressed.
he?
I Googled
Is
it.
he still?
I don't know,
modeling?
but I'm just saying, based off these pictures from GQ and Men's Magazine.
He's a good-looking man. Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude.
Lance Underpants is what we call him.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Somehow he survived.
It sounds like we have our answer. I think Nessie clearly is the correct answer.
Yes.
there you go.
100%. No argument from me.
We have bars. We have Black Hart. So that's an
That's,
easy one.
yeah, I mean, I feel like.
Wes, is
Can
there
I
any
give-
other bar you'd like to give a shout to?
Yeah, there's a couple like rest in peace ones. The one was the Nomad Bar, which is a great bar that used to be here. The other was the Sweetwater Cafe, which was the restaurant at the basement at the bottom of now it's a Radisson right next to the Capitol. It's this hotel, and it was owned by this Iranian guy named Saeed, who had also lived in Germany for a while, and he just loved soccer. And so the only place you could go to watch. There was Brits, but like the only place that would play all the USA games, including like, you remember way back in like 2010, there was a US Honduras World Cup qualifier that was
they couldn't sell the
pay-per-view
rights.
only,
Yeah.
and it cost like $4,000. He bought it and filled not just the restaurant, but like 2 ballrooms with people. It was just this weird place that the food was no good, the service was terrible. It had like the DirecTVs were all at like kind of out of sync, but that's where in 2010 I was there. That's where Landon Donovan, I watched him score the goal against Algeria. It was just this amazing place. It was where like a lot of people like Grant Wall, when he used to come in town, he would like meet up with fans there to watch. It's just rest in peace, Sweetwater. It's now some other restaurant, and doesn't play soccer. But it was such an amazing place, and it was the place I met Bruce Du Nord, the other godfather of Minnesota soccer, and he was like, hey, if you like the U.S., maybe you should come to a NSC Minnesota Stars game with me. And I was like, okay, I'll go to that. And then that's how I got hooked on the Minnesota part of soccer.
And now look at you. You're wearing both a jersey and a hat.
Boom. Yeah.
And running a soccer bar.
Incredible.
Thanks, Bruce.
Incredible. Love those shouts. Those are great. Sad I never made it to Sweetwater.
Oh, sounds awesome.
epic.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
We're not eating there. Though.
I know. No, not eating there.
You could get chicken tenders, the same chicken tenders you could get anywhere else. So right out of the freezer.
It's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
It's all part of
I think
it.
the chef is called Cisco, one of the
Yeah.
premier chefs
Yeah.
in all of America. We did get Brits Pub on Blue Sky as a
Absolutely.
rec as well.
Yep.
Wait, Brits, is that the one?
We
did
went
go-
and watched Liverpool. blow
Oh, Liverpool lost
Yeah.
to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
there.
it.
Yeah.
It's got a lovely lawn
Yeah.
bowling area on top.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nice. That's a nice.
It's massive. It's a great spot to watch soccer. Yep.
I remember it. Okay. What about best youth club in Minnesota?
I'm gonna have to let Wes talk.
Well,
talk about that.
obviously it's Blackhawks, not just because my son plays for them, but Blackhawks is a fantastic. There's a few out there. Some of them are newer, but Blackhawks is where Tony Sane, Manny Lagos, Amos McGee, all came out of a ton others. Fred Emmings, who was the first homegrown player for Minnesota, he came out of there, and I think now coaches goalkeeping for them. It's the great thing is for me, who I live half a mile from the stadium, Blackhawks are based another half a mile in the other direction, and so to me they're one of the legendary ones. But you also still have the Minnesota Thunder Academy, which Minnesota Thunder haven't been around for 15 years now, but they're still there and producing a lot of really great players.
It will be a frustration to many people that Minnesota United is not even in this conversation, but that's a talk we'll have on another day. That's not the happy hour talk.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not
It's the
happy,
sad-
Gus. That's the bad
Sad
hour.
hour.
No, that one's a little bit less impressive. We have
Can I give a quick shout though? I do want to say it's not the same as an academy, but Minneapolis City, the USL2 team has their futures program, which I think is a super innovative way that kind of develops players, and a lot of great players who are can't afford these other programs. They get scholarships through it, and it's a really cool, innovative way to do things that is not quite the same as the academy. And I wanted to throw them out.
nice.
Throw that out.
Before we go too far, we should jump into five-a-side because we have like 1,000 recommendations,
Oh, geez.
and it's not an easy one. So this is not positional necessity. We don't need one goalkeeper, two defenders, or I don't know. We'll ask ChatGPT whatever Ian's formation would be. This is a joke that's running around the soccer world right now. But we should get into it because we have to figure it out, and we can continue to work on it after we get off. But it feels so. The one we've gotten that seems like a no-brainer is Brianna Scurry, who's
That's
one of the
done.
faces of the sport in our country and is truly from Minnesota. And you mentioned Tony Sané as well, who I think
Yeah.
is a no-brainer, and we talked about it a bit, has done a lot for the sport in the region as well since playing. After that, there seems to be 500 different options. So do you have anyone, Ian or Wes, that pops to mind first that seems like an obvious one?
I'll let Wes start. How about that, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, you're just to say like Brianna Scurry and Tony Sané. They were obviously the first two you put there. Tony still has his Sané Foundation, does a lot of great things, and Tony was such a like amazing part of that 2002 U.S. men's team. So the next one I will say that is the next tier of obvious is Manny Lagos. He was head coach, still involved with Minnesota United, but he played around MLS in a time where we should say not a lot of Minnesota players have gone super pro, right? Like this is not New Jersey, not California, et cetera. And Manny was a great figure around MLS. So I think especially in that early days. So I put Manny in there, and then Taylor Twellman was born here.
We try and have people do one state only for them.
Yeah,
And there's
and
there's no world in which Taylor's not going to claim St. Louis.
Okay, great. Then Taylor's out.
So he's ineligible.
Now you have a list of guys who have been done pretty well in MLS. And so
I was surprised how long this list is.
Yeah. And I disqualified Teal Bunbury, who of that group, he has won trophies, and but he was born in Canada. He grew up here, but so I don't know if we're allowing him.
If he wants to claim it, he could.
Yeah.
It seems like, well, I don't know. He
How
was
does that
there
work?
for
Do we
high
give him
school.
the choice? Like, do we reach out to Teal
We
and be like,
allow
hey,
everyone
buddy.
the choice.
Yeah.
We reach out to no one. We have reached out to some people. It's gone hit or miss in the past.
Who are you? What?
Yeah. What's the point? And then all of a sudden I feel like I'm working for the Department of Homeland. I'm like, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. This is not my thing. Can I start to name some of the list? Or Ian, did you have any name you wanted to throw out first?
No, I think Wes hit the nail on the head. To me, Tony Sané could play every position of if you put him into shape, no doubt. Like that guy could do it all. Manny certainly, and then there's just a bunch of really good players. It's not a superstar list, but there are just so many, just really good players, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, there aren't any LDs on the list. There aren't any superstars, but it's just a bunch of
Well,
really
like,
good players.
Two of these guys on the list, like Eric Miller and Ethan Finley, you coached both of those
I did.
dudes.
I did.
Ethan's had a really, really
Yep. And I think
long,
Eric's still
endless
playing for Portland. Like I'm.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean the Coleman family. You go through it. They're just really, really solid, really good players. They're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
So Jackson Ewell, Ethan Finley, two of the big ones, the Coleman family, as you mentioned, Devin Padelford has now
didn't we
come
claim
through.
the Colemans for Nebraska?
We put one of they seem to be floating across the line. It seems like both of the boys played at Creighton. They were all born in one state, raised in the other state,
All
raised
right.
back in the other state. So it depends.
We also have Cassie Coleman, who played for Boston Breakers and several other teams, and is married to Eric Miller. So put them on each wing.
Wait, there we go.
Yeah, that might be one spot.
I kind of like that. A little power couple
Sooz
in
likes
there.
a power soccer.
I
couple.
love a power couple.
Yeah.
I do think Jackson deserves a shout. I think his ability is probably more than all the others. I mean, he played for the national team, had a really bright future. I think Jackson Ewell is a legitimately top player.
I think that's fair. I think I would say of the MLS guys we're talking about, he has has had the highest ceiling and the best career. The one I did not know about at all, which we got a couple times, but not as much. So I'm not sure if maybe he doesn't connect himself as much, is Cody Cropper, who I did not realize was from Minnesota.
Minnesota Aurora goalkeeping coach Cody Cropper.
Really?
You forgot to say. Yeah.
No
Yeah,
way.
we're big time. We're big time, buddy. Yeah. So Cody Cropper played in the Southampton Youth Academy. Didn't have a ton of senior appearances in England, but and then came back, and I think it was New England. Is that where you went? And so
played for the Revs for a couple of years, Cincinnati, Houston. Started for the Revs the most, which was a pretty good career. And then the most recent one is Matty Deline, who won a national title with UNC last year and has an outside chance at winning Rookie of the Year in NWSL this year. And will probably, if you ask ChatGPT, be on the starting lineup for the Seattle Reign this weekend on the left wing, playing in a back five, because that seems to be the most effective thing. I can't let that one go. Some of the other names that they're out there, Kendra Desai-Aubin, who, of course, came up playing there and now is a big-time broadcaster, and Micah Burton, who is an academy prospect in Austin but started in Minnesota, where he is from. So it seems like we landed on at least four. Brianna Scurry, Tony Sane, Jackson Ewell, and Aaron Manny Lagos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fifth one's up for debate.
Yeah, which I think is okay. Does anyone have a final say on anything?
I put Finley in that fifth spot there, but I think he's had a great long lasting career, and he did really well in Minnesota, which is a good addition to it.
Man, we all thought Minnesota was going to draft Jackson Ewell. I'm remembering this now. He came out in that first draft, and it was like, who else is a Minnesota soccer player? You have to have one. And they picked Abu Danladi instead?
Yeah, we were actually working really, really hard to get him as a homegrown because we didn't have an academy at that stage. And it was weird because as the whole scouting process was going on, MLS was leaning towards, he's going to be yours. And then there was word that, some other stuff happened where he may not have wanted to go there. And anyway,
Okay.
He signed a homegrown for a much more lucrative deal, and it worked out for Jackson anyway. So there was all that kind of meandering around. Yeah.
It is. I love going back and looking at Super Draft. So now this is what I'm going to do for the next 2 hours, for the rest of my day. And there are a lot of really good players in there.
That year of Super Draft is often one that will go like Obobasi was. There was a lot.
Miles
really
Robinson, Jonathan Lewis, Jackson Ewell
Couple.
in there as well.
Yeah.
Julian Gressel,
who
is now with
who's
Minnesota.
now blonde
Yeah.
and with Minnesota.
Very,
Very,
blonde.
very, 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 very,
Wes,
very
was
blonde.
there a shock that came across the stadium when he emerged with the hair?
There was a distinct multiple. Yes, there was murmuring of yeah.
Like good murmuring or questionable?
We should have a Coliseum style up-down thumb.
Agreed.
That's someone
Speaking of Cisco, he had the Cisco hair. Cisco, who now is a Minnesota resident, by the way, lives in the suburbs. There you go.
Get into a match.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop some facts on you guys. Yeah.
Cisco is a Minnesota resident now.
Yeah, he lives like in like Bloomington or something. I don't
I
know.
mean,
In
forget
Minnesota.
Wonderwall. We
Yeah.
got the thong
There
song.
you
Has
go.
he gone
Yeah.
through a winter yet?
Yeah, in his thong. Yeah.
Incredible.
Before we go, one more question. We do rival states,
Ooh.
and we were unsure with this one. We floated a couple. You guys started with some SKC slander, so like, is there an obvious one?
Are we? I mean, we're talking rival state or rival like
Rival state, not
MLS? Yeah,
not
it's
MLS
Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin for
Okay.
sure. I mean, we love to shit on the Dakotas and Iowa, right? Like those places suck. But they're not rivals because it's like they don't have economies and things like that, and they or
Or
But
people.
Wisconsin is great because it's like it is like almost our equal, but obviously not, and so we love to make fun of them.
Sooz, do you feel
sense.
good you avoided the rivalry?
Yeah, because I don't think that Illinois sees Minnesota as a rival.
No,
It's just like
Chicago, we've got like an association, a geographic association, but I think Illinois is just a very different culture than even I think it doesn't have the same North Woods thing that Minnesota and Wisconsin share, other than people fleeing
Yeah.
Chicago and trying to go up for the weekend. But
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I spent 8 years there, and it felt like Wisconsin. It was just a battle of who was drinking more per capita.
yeah.
And
so it was
apparently
just-
Wisconsin is winning. Is what
I
we
know.
Yeah,
heard.
they're
they-
really winning.
Yeah.
I lived in Milwaukee
not-
for 2 years, and oh my God, those people! It's a different. It's different. It's like when you meet a professional athlete, and you're like, oh, that's what
This
it's
is the
like.
next level.
You're so much like, I can pass a ball. You can pass a ball. Like there's a totally different thing. We're not.
Their baseball team is Brewers. Like,
The Brewers,
Yeah,
yeah.
just everything.
Yeah.
Just drinking.
That's amazing.
Lean into it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Gus, I know you've got some paddle to play.
Yeah, I'm gonna
tonight.
go learn how to play paddle right now. I'm playing with 3 Italians. I've never played the sport before, and all they told me was watch a YouTube video of how to play. An hour and a half in the Miami heat, outdoor weather.
Godspeed, my friend. Yeah,
I think this may have been our best happy hour.
I loved this happy hour so much. This was really
You guys
fun.
should all win things more often and be from places that we talk about.
I know. And also, the debut of the playoff mustache. It was a lot of good things.
It helps to have a bar owner.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So we'll do a kickback committee happy hour in person too as well. We obviously need
For
to do that.
sure. Yeah. Wes,
So- We
were
I
hoping-
mean,
we were
next
hoping
year,
for an
man,
Open Cup
let's do a
final
World
one.
Cup thing. Let's do a World Cup live show.
World Cup for sure. Yeah. Don't. Gas tried to throw in a sad note about the not
Well, I
making
was
the Open Cup
excited.
final. I know, me too. Yeah,
Oh.
thank you.
Oh, great. We're going to go to Minnesota for an Open Cup final. I'm not going to book a hotel. I'm just going to sleep at Black Hart for 2 straight
Yep.
nights.
Yep.
And I'm going to
then
try and do a Wisconsin.
That referee. Just kidding.
Could be MLS Cup final.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there any
Get-
vibes
bring
for
your-
that, Wes?
Bring your long underwear. I mean, right now we're just playing with the house's money. Like
Okay.
we don't have a striker, so let's just Anthony Markanich long throw. He's gonna I truly believe Minnesota will win MLS Cup all through penalties. We will not win a single game. We'll draw every game, go to penalties. It'll be the most glorious thing in the world. Minds are going to be blown. And I mean, absolutely. Do I think it's likely? No, I don't care. It's going to happen.
love it.
Dane St. Clair, the Canadian Tony Meola, winning an MVP.
Let's go. We love Dane. No, this has been so awesome. Wes, thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
to hang
Jess.
with us. Such a pleasure. Can't wait to see you in real life. Hopefully very soon. Ian, I love you. I'm proud of you. Thanks for hanging.
My
even
first
though you
one.
didn't have a
I'm proud
choice.
of you too,
You didn't
Ian.
have a choice.
Thank you, Wes. I loved it. Thank you, guys.
We all love you, and we are all proud of you.
Maybe happy hour if we win the whole thing.
There we go.
We're going
Okay.
to take this thing on the road. We go Knoxville, we go Minnesota, and then we go all the way to the house.
Incredible. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging with us this evening. Remember to check out all our episodes of Kickback Committee, Soccer Wise. Subscribe to our newsletters and our Bracktober challenge. You need to participate in that. We got the USL one. Last week we entered the MLS one, and then this week is the USL one. So that is up, and you can check that out.
Both leagues are the same link. So you go to one link, you do Championship and League One.
Exactly, and it's a chance to win some pretty cool prizes. And yeah, obviously we're putting it all on one Knox. So, and if you don't, I'm judging you.
No pressure.
So,
No pressure, Sooz.
no pressure. But guys, have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you again next week. Have a good one.